again. Today, we were heading somewhere where we do not normally go. This is Crowley, 1,000 miles from our normal stomping grounds. Crowley is truly a hidden gem, as you'll see as the night progresses. Getting off the plane and finally getting to the tracks around 9 p.m., the first thing that would greet us would be a northbound coal train within 5 minutes of pulling in. That being said, 90% of the coal trains that run through here are all a 2x2 setup, 2 engines on the front and 2 engines working on the back. We were sitting here in Crowley just outside of the 7-Eleven, and with a large cherry Slurpee in hand, another northbound coal train would interrupt my slurping. This northbound coal train didn't have an ACE leading, it had an ES44, which for most rail fans is a huge turnoff. But I wouldn't be so quick to judge. Turn up those speakers and listen to this guy's horn. For those of you at home, I'm going to do you a favor and cut off any uninteresting things that went through, which there weren't a lot of. 99% of the stuff that we caught tonight was something of interest. Speaking of things of interest, we have a northbound manifest train sitting in Crowley siding on the main. This guy is sitting here because there's a southbound coal train on the left of your screen, meeting the train by entering the siding and running around him. And before we knew it, our coal train was here, knocking down the gates and the signals, meeting our manifest train, which had quite the interesting leader. GMDS would pick up a northbound auto rack train heading our way. This train would have a Kansas City Southern GE leading. With KCS soon to be history, in the chase of economic benefit, the Kansas City Southern was soon to fall. Merging with CP in less than a year's time, retirement was fast approaching for the KCS. As the massive autorat cars hurtled by us one by one, another train would crackle the scanner, another northbound, and another manifest. As soon as the Robalt cleared, the manifest would be lined to shoot dead north, heading straight for downtown Fort Worth. Next up on our list would stop here in Crowley for a crew change. But this train wasn't just any train. It was a northbound manifest, sure, but this train had some interesting power, and a lot of it. The manifest train would pull to the north end of Crowley and stop to let a northbound U train pass it. I knew that this train was something interesting as its funky ID gave it away, but I certainly was not expecting it to be what it was. E-bells would chime again as our northbound manifest train would leave the siding heading in our direction. The overload of power was certainly interesting to hear rumble by, and the Canadian Tier 4 locomotive was just the cherry on top. With my Sony pulling an absolute classic and dying in the middle of the train, we hopped back to our favorite spot in town, popped in a new battery, grabbed a Slurpee, and went right back to foaming. We got on TMDS just to find a southbound coal train approaching the tower. 20 minutes later, an ear-deafening horn, but the fun crew made up for it. After coming to a calm stop, Crowley would be awoken once again by a train taking up the main line. This train would be revealed to be the Robalt, intermodal screaming north with 2 foreign units to pull the load. After that, more traffic would ensue. A northbound grain train and a southbound intermodal train had set their meet right in Crowley. With both trains having all their good motors trailing, it sure made for an interesting meet. With the meet being said and done, we had an extra manifest train coming north, and with what I thought was a K3. Well, let's just say, I got the 3 part right. It was 4:40 in the morning now. The headlight of a fast approaching southbound train is what my eyes would meet as I got up to go get another Slurpee. With the mystery train now hurtling toward us, I had no idea who it was as I hadn't checked the cams nor TNDS. The K3 sounded off, which made me think that it was something more special than I was giving it credit for. And let's just say, I was absolutely right. Slight fog came around 6:30 in the morning, where a coal train and a manifest train were about to meet right in Crowley. This guy had plenty of interesting cars, including a flat car made just for axles. train also had fallen flag hoppers, even weirdly painted boxcars, and what I found to be the most interesting car in the consist, a dual stack well car in the middle of a manifest train. The train was at just about the perfect length. As the last hopper of the train went by, the DPUs of the coal train were just coming into view, notching all the way into 8 to get this massive coal train back moving. That would wrap up our all-nighter here in Crowley, Texas. A pretty good way to end it off. A perfect meet between two ends of trains. Let me know if you want more from this area, as I am more than happy to put out more videos. Until then, whether I see you trackside or right on here, I'm sure I will see you very soon.